Okay, I want to go over basically Bekitzer, halachas, which is Nagaya for Lail Seder. Again, I'm not going to go over whole Seder because everything is written in the Agoda, but Nikidas halachas, which we need to know, which is not written in the Agoda B'chlal, and we need to know what it should know. I'll start with the Ishta Zachis Tanas B'choyrem. So the B'choyrem, we know that says in Yerushalmi as Erev Paisach, every B'char, if it's a B'char from his father, or it's a B'char of his mother. So darf man gedenken. It's not like Peter B'char, Peter Rechem, which has to do with the B'char of the mother. No. A B'char, firstborn, has to fast. Even though if he's a Kohen or a Levi, no difference, they have to fast. It's a Zeicher for the Nes, which was basically, the Rabbeinu Shloilem killed all the B'chorim, and they were saved. If you have a child who is a B'chor, even though you're not a B'chor, you have to fast for your child. Shulchan Aruch says that if the father is a B'chor and the son is a B'chor and is a child, so basically the father has to fast for himself. So the minig is, the halacha is that the mother has to fast for the Alishtait Pashta halacha. But again, we understand that first of all, even if there isn't a semesh we're going to see, the mother, the Aina Mini kind of, the mother should fast. Imagine a mother Erev Paisach not fasting, till at night. Okay, but Akaponim does it Pashas the halacha, which has in Abachoyrem is Anim Erev Paisach. The minig is, we are very Michael on this Tanas, and we are rely on it if you make a Sidus mitzvah. The Pashas Shtayt, Sidus at Sidus Siyam, we make a Siyam is a Sidus mitzvah. It doesn't say about Sidus Mila and Sidus Pidin Aben. Mistaber, it's a Ma'adach of Siyam, as Sidus Mila, Sidus Bris, is our father and Avada, and this is how we pass it. Although the Arigis Aboisim, Chivas Arigis Aboisim, which makes a differentiate between a Ptanas B'char, between Siyam Masechta and a Bris Mila, and he wants to say by Bris Mila you cannot eat, but Lamasa Minigo Elim is, as any Sidus Mitzvah, you can eat. Now, a B'char does not necessarily need to hear the Siyam Masechta. He has to be by the Sidus Mitzvah. That means that B'char finished, and then the guy who made the Siyam finished the Masechta, and then walks in a B'char. He didn't hear the Siyam Masechta, but he sits, he sees the oil of est for a Siyam, he can eat with them, he should eat lefuchas aksayis, and then he's good to go. It is a chaylik in the Sidus Mitzvah, not necessarily if it didn't, of the Siyam Masechta itself. But, what? Whatever they, or drinking, whatever they give, There's no mazir. Usually there's is overlanders macaroons, whatever. Exercise, or drinking grapes, whatever is enough. Now the B'char before he has a Siyam cannot eat, so he cannot have a coffee before the davening. Let me just make it clear. If he davens after the Siyam, then he can have a coffee. But I can put up the something. Now, a person which learns sits by a shir, that's considered Masih Masechta. That means he sat every daf. You sit over there with the Siyam is a Siyam Masechta. That means there's a Magid Shir, he gives the shir in Daf Yomi or Masechta Stanas or whatever it should be. He listened. There is also he can make a Siyam and he doesn't have to fast. The what? Yeah, but everybody dozes up sometimes in the middle of it. If you heard the shir from a tape, is Reb Chaim Kanievsky hat ab Sasufik. No, he says it is okay, but under some today's day when you listen to Yomi, the shirim online, there's a lot of shirim online, 20 minutes. The Yomi shirim, Lamasa, we will be Michael, even such a thing, even though it is not a live shir, it is considered also in a krit. Okay. Just push it in a nutshell, in Neftanas B'chorim. Was very Michael, in whatever, but at least, if you didn't have a Siyam, then you have to fast. Push it. We don't rely on the Zidichoiver, which wants to say that's a to a soifer, and it has to see how a B'chorim is angin, instead of a B'chorim is anim. We don't rely on such a thing, and Pashas Shulchan Aruch, you have to fast, and you make sure to hear the Siyam in order not to fast. The what? There's a problem. Well, the ikar is to see this mitzvah. Exactly. What, there's such thing as no food? Yeah? Maybe in the Babish, but in all the shulan, these are all kind of Pesach cookies and grape juice and avada. It's a big thing. So the guy who makes a siyum should make sure she have some food over here. Yeah. You learn Sechtes, yeah, and it's true. I wrote a whole article in one of the Oris rules years ago on what you can make a siyum. And you can make a svaram, you can make a lot of, you finish just the kita sichas abam, then you can make a siyum for that too. Yeah. Okay. Next halach which we want to go through is Erev Pesach. It's also to make a malacha after Chatzois. Before Chatzois has to do with Mukim Shanhagi, the famous Peirik in Pesach, Mukim Shanhagi. After Chatzois, when it comes Chatzois, you cannot make a malacha gemira. So therefore, you don't take a haircut after Chatzois. Make sure to make your haircuts, which is a mitzvah to do before Yom Tov. A chiyuv, not a mitzvah, it's a chiyuv to do before Yom Tov. Make sure to make it before Chatzois. You cannot wash laundry after Chatzois, and you cannot sew after Chatzois. Malacha gemiras, you cannot make it Chatzois, even if it's the alternative to Yom Tov. You do it yourself, you don't give someone else for money, you're tzorech atzmoi, tzorech Yom Tov, afe beken, is machmenish kamalucha.
And laundry for the kids is towels is permissible or no?
Just a minute, I'll get to that. Now, goy amir like akim manish aseder of paisa. So therefore, if a person did not get a haircut, he could go to a goyish barber to make a haircut. Let me just make it clear. Well, usually is this in the months this nicht guy, but there's no such thing as goyish haircuts. It's only yidden in the mikveh, $10 a head. But over here, I assume there are probably goyish barbers. Then, if it happens, but don't rely on the machas before Chatzois. Okay, another thing. Any halacha which is mitr chalamoid, like he just brought up, Chaim David brought up, that means only for a child which you are permitted to do in chalamoid, you are permitted to do Erev Pesach. Erev Pesach is less chumor than chalamoid. Whatever you have had to do with uvet, you have had to is mitr chalamoid. Mas hediyat is mitr chalamoid, is mitr Erev Pesach. Only for the children, if you have, then yes, you could wash it after.
Don't push it off.
Avada, don't push me. Mach nicht like tchilla. Aber afa beken, if it happens, you could do it. Cutting the nails after chatzos, how many machloikas. It's do with the asem, the trezuv, the mungavrum asem, the truvrum ringt rup amaril, it's asem, the mungavrum passen am metonisht. The Eliazita, the Rabbi Eliazita, he passes hamameg. The Alter Rebbe passes the kitchilla, since it's a machloikas, the kitchilla you should cut your nails before chatzos. But if you forgot, you could cut your nail after chatzos too. But again, what? And also, if you have a chabura, Erev Pesach matzahs, you have to make sure to take over the nail, because they're not the dough. Making, cleaning your shoes, tzichtzich na'alayim, is accepted, ungenehm about the person, although nicht alles in a maskem, but it's ungenehm enough, this is not considered a malacha, and you could do it Erev Yom Tov after chatzos.
And cutting your nails in chalamoid is
cutting your nails in chalamoid we don't do. Yeah, no, we don't do. No, we pass like that. We can't. No. Erev Pesach after Shua series, you could eat meat, fish, beitzem, but you cannot fill up your stomach. You cannot eat all the way a lot. Now again, today's day when you eat, today's day, when the Seder is late, and you're going to eat the Kazayas Mata late, it is kedai to give for the children to eat. Even a little later, for children. Why? Because once they are fed, they are going to sit by the side of his daftzazan. So all these halachas will not apply for children. I want to make it clear. Is endlich, they should be up by side the manach normal. They should eat regularly, should be full up. But an adult should know not to fill up all the way, because he has to eat exercise matzah letay uvan. So therefore, he cannot fill himself all the way. It's also to eat mechatzad halacha matzah all day Pesach. So, although the minig by us is not to eat matzah from Purim, but that's kemivn mamar hamizger. It's only Pesach matzah. Chometz matzah, there's no minig, because Barak Purim Pesach matzah is a minig, but when it comes to Erev Yom Tov, it's also in Medina. So therefore, we don't give for children matzah Erev Pesach ochet.
What about Bashim matzah for somebody that doesn't eat
Afa beken. Machine matzah is still considered matzah. It's not chometz, and therefore you don't eat it. You don't eat. No, you don't get it. What? You don't eat it. I would say even the minute before from Purim. Yeah.
And a kid that for chinuch that you're going to have the seder at 6 o'clock. And you give him a piece of matzah.
Don't give him matzah. Man get shka matzah, weil es ist eine Us in Medina, and then is machan on the kinder not to give matzah. You don't give matzah. Even for chinuch. So therefore, give him all kind of food. Man darf nicht geben matzah. Why do you have to give matzah? There's no...
He's having his matzah, I don't know.
No, he shouldn't have. He should be up by the seder. A child should be up. I'm not talking a 2-year-old child, you know. Aber there's no point in matzah seder. So, no, me get shka matzah. Chumetz matzah with the pura pesach can man essen. Yeah. The what? No, it doesn't have the tam. Because even machine matzah doesn't have tam matzah. Kolshkin chumetzige matzah, but the what? That's something else. But a machine matzah for a chumetzige machine matzah. Ich bin nicht sicher, also auch, weil der matzah ist chumetz. Es ist taki geworden, bis gerecht geworden ist tam matzah. But a kapunem, sie geworden, aber der wat gesucht, aber der wat gesucht, als you should stay away. But chumetz die matzah, what? No. Mitzad aloch. No, the day it depends. Erev Pesach or before Erev Pesach. Erev Pesach is also Medina, so don't give for a child. Zwischen Pesach and Purim is not a minig. Okay. Then there's a minig. Also, as that you don't drink a lot of wine, Erev Pesach. I don't want to elaborate because the minig by us is bachal. We don't eat anything which goes into the charoises, which is wine, which is apple, pears, whatever that goes into charoises. We don't eat more, so don't eat Erev Pesach more. If you want to eat the sharp more, don't eat Erev Pesach. Leave it for at night. You have to make sure. Just you have to make sure that all the matzah were taking challah. Now, I assume most of the people over here have the regular. They bought matzahs. Then it's not relevant. Usually, I'm saying it by the halachas because people have chabura matzahs, and over there sometimes you don't take challah. You have to make sure it was taking challah because when it's a chabira, the ganze chabira is also upside down, so sometimes I forget to make challah. Yeah, another thing is very important. I couldn't say it enough. Check all your items which you bought for Pesach. Every time you go to Pesach, don't rely that Moti put it on the shelf which has paper. Nobody could rely on the store because mistakes happen. Before I was sitting selling the chometz, a lady called me. She used salt which says not for Pesach use. Not for Pesach use. What should she do? She cooked all this stuff. The bunch of geholfen. I asked her which company it is. She said it's the company is Geffen. I called the mashgiach, the head mashgiach of Geffen, which I have his cell phone. And I have gesucht. Sie ist a kapunem, sie ist taka, es kann sein amashi, sufik, chumot, sufik, kidneys, aber es ist für a Pesach. Ich meine zu sagen, what do I want to say? Check, look, it might be in the Pesach, it could be chumot's gumar. There's a lot of problems every year, and once you find it in the Pesach and you use it in Pesach, it's going into a lot of problems. Comes Pesach, so look, all your items should have a Pesach symbol. It's kedai to do it because you avoid a lot of agmas nefesh. You should try to make Erev Pesach whatever you can. That means the salt water, the charoises. You should check the lettuce which we're going to talk. The Roma lettuce, if you need to check it, or depends what kind of store will have. It will have checked already or not. But if not, make sure it's checked. Burn bake the beitza. All these things is kedai erev yontiv. Now, even if you forgot to do it in yontiv, there are items of everything. You could bake it. The egg, but you'll have to eat it the same day. You cannot bake it for the next day. Shiny. When you check the lettuce, you find a worm, you have to take off a piece of the lettuce too. But it's kedai to do all these things for Yom Tov. You're going to save a lot of problems. If you forgot to make the charaim, you could do it. We have to do it with the shini. All these things is kedai to do before Yom Tov. Okay, Yom Tov we know. Basically, we tzint lecht, the same as Shabbos. Although most of the world do not go like this, when it comes Yom Tov, they first say the bracha, not like Shabbos. Famous Machloikes, the Mugan Avroam, with the mother of the Drisha. The mother of the Drisha said that since the whole reason why we make the bracha afterwards, because you don't want to be Kabbalah Shabbos, if you make the bracha, then it's Shabbos, you cannot light the fire. So therefore, Yom Tov, you could light fire. So therefore, it's not a problem. And a lot of Gdeli rule praised her svara, and that's the meaning by a lot of Chassidim, that Yom Tov is not like Shabbos, they make first the bracha. It's like the men, when the men sin, first they make the bracha and then the light. They do the Yom Tov, but by us, the Mugavrum Suk answers after he brings the mother of the Drisha and says, Ein chachma lanushim ele beplach. The women they have chachma beplach, that means by sewing, and don't become a poisik, and therefore, we don't paskin as the Mugavrum doesn't paskin, and Alter Rebbe paskins like that. So I assume everybody knows it, but can I push it to give the reka that some other people do not do that, comes from the mother of the Drisha. What? Alter Rebbe paskin, we do the same as Shabbos. And we close the eyes, the same as Shabbos. Fine. So now, what? Men always do the other way. First make it always, as then Shpekabah Shabbos, look as nine. So women do, yeah. The yain of Dalat Koises. Okay. The wine for Dalat Koises has all the haluchas as Shabbos when you go to Kiddush, by Kiddush Shabbos. Now, what's the halacha by Kiddush Shabbos? Let me just go over, drop a minute, weil es ist eine Guide zu wissen. Some people have a lot of misconceptions when it's regard to these Sachen. Shittas Rambam is, you cannot drink wine which has dvash. We know, chal tzorich chal dvash, v'setiri mimeni ishel Hashem. So therefore, you cannot use dvash honey, you cannot use, that means not, dvash is not only dvash, it means every sweetener, you cannot use in Beis Hamikdash. So any yain which has sweet cannot be used in Beis Hamikdash. Zug the Rambam, therefore, Kiddush is the zelba wie in Beis Hamikdash, and you cannot use anything which is sweetener. The Pri Megadim says clearly, tzikr, sweeten is the same as dvash, and therefore you cannot use anything which is added sugar. The Ravet disagrees with the Rambam and says there's not a problem. You can use wine which has sugar. The Machaber in Hilchas Shabbos brings by the Shittas, in the Svardam, Amachman, on this in the Kiddah. Kim the Ramon says, no. If you have two wines, one has sugar, and you like that better than one doesn't have sugar, you could take, because it depends on your geschmack. If you have a geschmack in the sweetener, if it's ta'im yoiser, then you could take it. If you have two wines, which is basically the same, you like it the same, one has sugar, one has sugar, you should not take the one who has sugar. But if you like one better, and that's why it's not a problem today's day, if somebody likes a sweet wine, it's not a problem. In Ashkenazim, can drink wine which is sweet. We'll get in a minute. So again, if you have two wines which is the same wine, usually you can have the same which has sugar or not, then it is kedai to take one which doesn't have sugar. But again, if you like one or the other, then you could be the same thing goes into Yaim Avishal. I want to make the way I want to make it clear. Some people have the exception. We don't make one of Yaim Avishal. You know, we try to the Welt. The Mechaber says you cannot make a Yaim Avishal. I'm sorry. Yaim Avishal. The Mechaber says you cannot, because he passes like the Rambam, Yaim Avishal is not kosher for the Beis Hamikdash. The Ramuz says it is, in the minig is you could make Kiddush Yaim Avishal if you like this wine better than the wine. If you had the same wine, which one is Mavishal, one is not Mavishal, which trays about Kedim, you do have this kind of things. For bringing, you have one which Mavishal also. For bringing has one which Mavishal, one is not Mavishal. I don't remember which bottle is this. The big ones is not, and the small ones are, whatever. Then, this case is the opposite, something like that, yeah? So, again, if you have the same wine, yes, you should take something which is not Mavishal. But if you have a wine, you like Bartanura wine, you like whatever wine it is, or you like good wine, a lot of, any wine which you like, and it's mevushal, and this is the wine what you like, according to us Ashkenazim, there's not a problem. So, asachmul, people are machmar, shouldn't be mevushal, but the problem is, when you have guests, and they're not 100% from, you're going to get problems. So again, you should know, mevushal is nishkan beer. It's not if you have the same one, or when you like both, take not mavushal, but if you have a wine which you like, you could take something which is mavushal.
This is for all year.
This is all year round. This is the same halacha all year round. The Mechaber writes this over there, beikar over in Hilchas Shabbos, and we apply it over here in Hilchas Pesach. When it comes to grape juice, now here comes what?
So there's a type of no mavushal.
The what?
If you use a sweet wine,
then you don't pass on the Rambam. Exactly. Yeah. And the Rambam. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to grape juice. Now he brought up about grape juice. Mendel. Okay. So let's see like this. The Gemara says, "Soiched udam eshkel shel anuvim." Yeah. You take grapes, you squeeze it, and you drink it. You make it in kiddush. So we see first of all that you could make kiddush on must. Also heißt das in English auch must? Must. You can make kiddush on must. So that's a given. A given, you can make kiddush on must. Now, comes to grape juice a little bit different. Because grape juice, they stop. It's not must. Must, you can make wine. Yeah, you can still make it with wine. If you know how to do it, you go to Chaim Moshe, he teaches you, then you make good wine. But if the grape juice, some say, at least, that you cannot make any more wine. So therefore you're going into problems. As maybe it's not in the category as you can schweren wine, but it's not in the category of Sechut Meshkanuvim. Now, let me answer the question. I spoke with Kedem regarding this a couple of years ago, and it says there's no such thing. We stop taka, by grape juice we stop it, we control it, but I can take any bottle of grape juice and I can make it for wine if I want. So, and we do it. Sometimes we're doing it. They're playing around. So first of all, the concept is nicht in the percent. But Hakapunam, it's, after all, it's a darga afterwards. I'm talking it's not all year round. So darga afterwards, Bamaila, therefore, is the memach kiddush, mitzad halucha, if a person can make a wine, avada zal machen a wine, must will be the same geder as a yain. Skimt up as a wine. Lamaase, bin ik Chabad, in der Rebbe macht mit wem, ze machen a wine gifa, viele tushin lamet ches, shmin atzeres, when the Rebbe had a heart, the Rebbe didn't want to make kiddush on grape juice, on wine. This is chassidim. But yes, halucha. Halucha is, you could make a must, and also on grape juice. When it comes to Pesach, zog the alte Rebbe, like tzia shlav, was do a extra zach als chshivas. Chshivas a yayin chayres, we want yayin should be a mashaker, so therefore, it's kedai, like tchil of a person, even he drinks all year round grape juice, if there is such a thing, which I doubt it, but if there is such a thing, then at least for dalat koises, it's kedai to use wine, even for lower alcohol. It could be 5.5%, the low alcohol is bartanir, whatever it is, but at least it should have an alcohol, because then it is osteotic and chaladais.
What about sparkling grape juice? Is it the same?
Sparkling grape juice has the same din as grape juice. It is grape juice. And it's not add on, it's not all the sparklings which it's not add on water. It's a natural gas. Same as Bartanura. Bartanura does not have added on gas. It's a natural gas. So it's kushat for kiddush lekitchila.
What about grape juice and concentrate?
No. This is what I want to come now. When it comes to concentrate, zugen the poskim klur, as you shouldn't, that stay away. That it's more than cooked. It's all year round. And concentrate is the mashmach can use. Yeah. But again, the Mungavrum writes, mitzvah men amifche, it should be yain hamashake. So let me make it clear. Mitzvah and amifche, it should be yain hamashake, but dalatzidas. Now the Rebbe says, because it's not chush with yain, so therefore, you should try to drink wine. A person which basically cannot drink wine, he needs to drink grape juice, yes, he can make kiddush dalat koises on grape juice. So you can ask the question, how come Rabbi Bar Elua had headaches? Because the Gemara says he had headaches from he drank wine and had headaches the shvuos. The answer is there's no such thing as grape juice then. Why? Because the whole thing of our grape juice was only produced 1929. When was the prohibition? 28, 29. So then the conservative movement, because they had a problem of wine, so it's their then they were still from. So that's this. But you still had tzarech with meshkel anuvim. The answer is, wine, grapes, b'derech klal, grows in the sukkah side. Yeah, you don't have grapes all over. So you're coming on place which over there doesn't grow grapes. So you don't have the din of eshkel anuvim. You take grapes and you squeeze it. So therefore, Rabbi Yidvaralu had no option. The only thing which he could have is only yain. There's no such a thing as other thing in the yain. There's no eshkelanuvim. There's no grape juice. So therefore, he had to drink. He pressured himself. And this is the luch is as a Yanklat schon vorige Woche geredet. Sie ja chiv, nicht chiv. How to go by Shiur Sunday? Al kaponam. Today's day, if a person cannot drink wine, and he could drink grape juice. A person could not drink grape juice ochana. There are some people which cannot. Push it, it's the diabetics, whatever it should be, and it's impossible for them to drink. Zai kenanem chamar medina. Now chamar medina means, again, or natural juice, orange, apple, anything within natural juice, and coffee and tea. Kimivin is also considered chamar medina. It shouldn't be too hot. You should be able to drink it in one dus, but it shouldn't be too cold too. That's only a person which cannot, and there are such things which is the shilas. So therefore, I'm just mentioning it. But as of now, then must come and drink the dus. Now, what kind of color wine?
It can't be beer.
What can be beer? No.
I think it's important to say about grape juice that it has to be the bushel, and also has to be yainesa. Like it can't be yainesa of the grape juice. Like Welch's grape juice. I know it doesn't apply to us in this community, but it's important to know that grape juice that it also has to be like the one. It has to be.
That's not kosher. Yainesa is not kosher.
No, but they have one that's just stam kosher, but
stam kosher. Well, a K is $200 fine if it's tried. That's about it. If it has the OU, it's kosher. Now, it's my standard. That's something else. Is it our standards? Not really. It's important to know. Yeah, that's important by every food we take in amount to know, the kashrus of it. Yeah, that is true. The what?
Was too strong.
Yeah.
And the Rebbe lost down.
Yeah. Achra Shapaisach by the Verbringen? Oh, I didn't hear this. Yes. Which year?
It was the Irelands.
Ja, Memtes? Memtes, so bin ich bei meiner Zeit, wo sie denke ich nicht. Verstehen? Memtes? When? Pesach Memtes, ja? Ich bin doch dort gewesen, Memtes. Memtes bin ich dort. Oh, that's why,
A question to a woman. Okay, so mixing grape juice and wine half and half in a cup. You're yotzi having the
yes, the inner wine and mashraker. Yeah. Because even wine, you could pour water. Kolshki, you could mix it. Yeah.
It's better to use grape juice concentrate to dilute it rather than pour.
Rather,
your wine.
Yeah.
It's better to use grape juice concentrate
Then.
than water.
It depends how much water you have, because it's initially push it. It's not push what you just said.
Water.
Yeah, but that's a lot of water. It's more than when what?
You're diluting half and half, let's say.
Then yeah.
Between the two, it's better to use
Yeah. Okay. Now again, the same thing is.
One more question for older kids.
Yeah.
Girls, boys.
Yes.
So they can drink the wine, they're not going to get sick from it, but it makes them very tired.
So they're shooting grape juice. Yeah. They're shooting grape juice. Finished. Again, also we prepare a cost for every child, even a child which is a tiny child, which is even a baby. The minig is rule that you should prepare at least, even though he's not going to drink it. Prepare a cost for them. This is a Indian. Now we're going to get to the shear of Ravit. Just one thing which I want to mention is again red wine. We paskin that white wine is okay. Do is the Rambam Michael. The Rambam hal basically as kushel kitchila, aber in hilches Pesach steht na locha mitzvah lachzer acher yain udam. And the task says why you have to have red wine. Pesach is zeichel the blood which paroi whatever. Sviet auch aus alter Rebbe, es ist gebot im Friedige. Vadavke im ein hayayim aluva mishibach. Remember, the same thing. If you like Bartanura, the white Bartanura, and you don't like other wines, and the white Bartanura is white, you drink the white wine. It's taka Indian to have red, but if you like it, that's the alter Rebbe klur. Vadavke im ein hayayim mishibach. Now, you can do another thing. You could have a case of white wine and pour in a drop of red wine. You cannot do it in Yontav. No, you cannot do it in Yontav because the only reason why you do it is because you want to be tzavaya. And although what? No different which way. No different which way. No different which way. Anyway, it's a problem. Because the whole kavana is litzvoya. Although we have a loch ein tzvi ba'achlam, but when kavanuso litzvoya is a problem. Now, if a person wants to mix, he wants to have a little bit, has a martanura, it's a little bit too sweet, he wants to put in a little of red wine, because when they have dry red wine, it balances out, not doesn't get that sweet, and it's good, he likes it, then he can make it. Although he colors now the wine. But whenever kavanus is only to put it in, and over here that's kavanus litzvoy, because you want to have the Indian of red wines, therefore, you don't do it, you do it before you want to mix it. Yeah. Okay. Shir dalat koises. What is the shir dalat koises? Ich will stress nochmal, even the other way is not an option, but people have this conception also. Other way, when by gewisse luchas is legaya, but not by red, what? Okay. Good. I have an article in Gillian Zion. I wrote it, and then my brother in Gillian Ches and Arisruel continued on it, elaborated. Okay, noch einmal, hat recht zu passen, he's bigger than me. Akapunam, ich suche, was mir kommt aus. Shir dalat koises. Again, what's the shir dalat koises? It's a revius. What is a revius? Beitze im Echze. How much is it in grams? Let's get right to the point. Mechloikas of the Chazanish and the Rav Mechaim Nuah. Mechaim Nuah shir is the shir was basically the generations, that was the shir. The Chazanish came and was machman. Let me just make it clear. Because it's not the shir was like the Chazanish and Rabbi Mechaim Nuah came to change it. The Chazanish came to change it. It's not Chazanish, it's basically not Vida. But we call it all over the Chazanish with the Chaim Noah. What is this? What? Yeah. Okay. What is the shir? According to Rabbi Chaim Noah, it is 86 grams. Keminian kois. Kois is begematria 86 grams. That's a shir of yeast. How much is it in our this? About 3 ounces. Not too much. So therefore, if you could buy a 3 ounce cup.
They sell
3.25, that's Kedai. Now, it's Kedai to buy this cup, a person which has a problem with drinking wine. Why? Because we're going to see, although when you make Kiddush all year round, it is enough to drink Rav Revius. Paskent aber der Alter Rebbe, again, it's als Gebot of the Friedige Poskem, that by Pesach is an inyo to ease, drink up the whole cost. But you drink Rav Revius. But like Tchila, it has to be Rav full cost. Not only that, if you have a big cup which has 7 shirim of Shem Revius, which today's Chazanim cost, if you ever go to the silver store today's day, the Chazanim cost weighs about 7 kilo, and it has about 8 shir Chazanish. If you use this cup, you have to drink the whole cup. Now you're going to say, if I drink 3/4 of a cup, I had 4 shirim. No. Cold cost means cold cost. They have to do the Alter Rebbe klur. If you can drink, rather take a small cup and drink the whole thing than a bigger cup and drinking 3/4. Although when you have a bigger cup, you're going to have 3 shirim over here, 1 shir, but at least you have the Indian of drinking whole cost. So therefore, you buy a smaller cup. Anybody who cannot drink a lot, buy a small 3 ounce cup, finish. So again, Chazanish holds, cost is, communion cost, 86 grams, 3 ounces. That's the Rebbe Chaim Noah. The Chazanish holds it's a big shir. Why? It's not the Chazanish, it's the Tzlach. The Tzlach says that the shir of Revius is Beitzem Echze. So the Tzlach wants to taina that it is Niskatni Hashirim. The Beitzem became smaller. Now, why he came to that conclusion, it's a whole long subject, maybe one Sunday in the morning or whatever, there's a reason why he came to this conclusion, but that was his conclusion in Niskatni Hashirim. So therefore, he holds that the Beitzah used to be 1.5 Beitzah, it was much bigger. It became half. So therefore, he doubles it. So, Maile Kim Toast, as he wants, you should have 2 shirim. So the guy is on Balt Lamatza, because have this in mind. Okay. But Lamasa, the Mishnah Merir is Machriya, that it's Kedai, but when it comes to Adaraisa, you should be Machbar at the bigger shir. If it comes to the Rabbanon, you can be Machbar at the Rabbanon. B'mamar HaMizgi, the Mishnah Merir himself, had a small cost. When they asked him, you paskin that when it comes to the rice, you should have a bigger cost. He says, alles feine Wolle, but my tate got a kleine cup. My father had a small cup. That means there's such thing as Mesoyres Uvas Och. Look what your father did, and that's the shir. But Akapuram, as Mamayli Kim Tazoy, that was Koisis Adrabunan. Let me make it clear. When Yom Tov falls on Shabbos, Then, some points, mit Stoises mit anderen halten, as Kiddush ala Yain is the Reise. So therefore, according to Machmirim, the people who are Machmir will drink the first course, a bigger course, because the first course is Kiddush. Kiddush has to be, it can't be on the Reise, but this year it's not, it's all of the Rabun, so you could use the smaller shear. Bachlal, Chassidim, most of them do not. We paskin like Chaim Noah, because that was the ultimate shear, that was the regular shear. I saw B'dishu V'ruf shear, Becher, I saw a couple of old Bechers, all of them were small Bechers. A person wants to be Machman, Ma'achataisa. Okay, but Akapunim says that Drabunan, so even Madrabun, there's not in it to be Machman.
3.5 ounces?
The other is almost 5 ounces. 5 is something, yeah.
But also the thing about getting a smaller shear, it's better to use a glass one than a bigger silver one if you're not going to have perfect.
Yeah, and there's no silver, yeah. Glass is kosher.
Well, Rebbe holds by 2.8 ounces, like the Magen Avraham, right?
Like the Chaim Noah. It's almost, yeah. 2.9. If they take a 3 ounce cup, you're on the safe side. Yeah. Okay.
With the spillage also.
What?
With the spillage also.
Yeah, then you fill it up anyway. You have to have a shear. In front, you make it. Okay, so I can put them. That's the Indian by kois. Again, every child should have a kois. You don't need to drink more than 3 ounces. If you want to drink more, okay, some children will like a lot of grape juice, so they want a 7 ounce cup. Abrakapunam, you could give a 3 ounce cup, and even a person who has a problem could drink just a 3 ounce cup, rather than have a bigger cup and do not drink the full cup.
There's no shear that's smaller than 3 ounces? 2.8?
The Chaim Noah shear is 2.9, something like that. So that's why I said 3 ounces. Now, the Mamara Misger, again, it's not a shear for now, it's getting late also. But according to archaeologists and some mizrachistische Gdoli Yisrael, which sidu mukim yesh mukim bezeh starke zach, is they say that even a Chaim Noah shear is a big shear, and there is a lot of so weight to it. But again, in the minimum, we should at least go with the Chaim Noah shear. That was the kibbutz shear, and therefore we don't go less than that. Chemana Medina we mentioned. Okay, next when we say Shechayonu at night, we should make sure to have in all the halach, all the mitzvahs. We have mitzvahs of achilas matzah, achilas murar, shtiya zalat koifer, all these mitzvahs. Sipitzis mitzrayim, the raisa. So therefore, we should have in the shechayonu should go on all the mitzvahs. I just want to remind, if a person bought an install for Pesach, which is koine kailem nuam amachna shechayonu, he should have in mind that also that shechayonu. Women who made the shechayonu by lechtzen, when they put on the candles, they shouldn't make the shechioni also by Kiddush. And Kedai not to answer Uman when the husband says shechioni. If they answered Uman, but the Chaz v'Shulam say again, Uman, as the Rebbe is Moir in Sefer Manugim Lagav Yom Kippur, once they said the shechioni, there's no point to make shechioni again.
Is it an Indian for Matt to have a new baggage?
No, you don't need. Yeah, it's an Indian Bechral to have new begodim and Yontav, but not because of shechioni. You don't need. Yeah. Yontav, Shabbos and Yontav is ein is a rub Yontav dig begudam. Yontav, as I mentioned already once by Verbrengen, Yontav dig all clothing should be Yontav dig. Shabbos dig shoes, Shabbos dig bekeche, Shabbos dig shirts. Also ich steht, you change all the clothing. Alt Rebbe hat nicht gehabt, hat sich getan und steht in Twiese, hat sich heraufgehoben. Push the Indian, not coming in Shabbos with sneakers or with a cap. Or do all those things. Shabbos the Levision. Is Levision, big the Shabbos is a Sach. Ich steht nicht genug, kann man sagen, mit der Toschen alle Levision steigt. Okay.
But on Rosh Hashanah, it's an Indian to have a...
Yeah, because we have a Shala over there by the Shechayon. Yeah, that's only Rosh Hashanah. No, only then, yeah. The Baltakaya, but Kaya, and also everybody by the second night Kiddush, you have a Peirah Chodosh. That's why. Because of that. Okay. So again, that was the Indian of by Yain, the Shirim. Now let's go to the Shir of Achilas Matzah. Shir of Achilas Matzah is Menatoira. You have to eat Chiv Mitzvah Sederaisa. It's the only Achila which we have today's day, which is Mitzvah Sederaisa. Some Sefer writes in one of his Shivas, the einzige Mitzvah Sederaisa of Achila, which stayed by us, we used to have Kodeshim. Today's day is only Mitzvah Asid. Sukkah is nicht so pushy. Es hiksche, es nicht a klure Aluch. Es nicht so pushy die Sache. Es nicht so pushy die Sache. Ich will nicht lange mit der Reden amul, alles ist Mitzvah, aber nicht kann der Reises. I'm talking the Reises. Okay. The Shir b'Meile is azoi. Darf man erst sagen, in Zema Machmer, ich bin Chutze Beize. In Zema Machmer, as Susanna Beize. Fine. what is the kazais? What is the kazais? What we have? What is the shir kazais? Is azoi. There's a couple of ways how to go with a kazais. The Svardim go with weight. Around 28 grams is a kazais. And it's the gaya all year round is how much a kazais is of nuchbrucha and a lot of things. So the Svardim go by weight. The B'chaim Noah, for every, some odd reason, goes also by weight. Maybe because he was a Rav in the B'shchunas Abucharim, and he was a Rav by the Svardim, I don't know. But Ashkenazim, it doesn't go by weight, it goes by nefach. How do you say nefach in English, in volume? Go with the volume.
Well, how does Chabad go when it comes to Sfarad or Ashkenaz?
What are we? Ashkenazim or Svardim? Let me just make it clear. I want to make it clear because this is not the first time I had this question from a Lubavitcher. What are we, Ashkenazim or Svardim? Anybody can answer? Ashkenazim. All of these. There's the Nisach is something else. We took the Nisach of Svardim and we took the Haftoiris of the Svardim. That's about it. We are not Svardim. We are Ashkenazim. He's a Maiman. You're something else. You're something else. But but I'm talking of us Achene Bnei Yisrael Ashkantuzim. Okay. So again, weight or volume. In Zgaimer again, the cheshma is we are going according to the value. Wie viel is es in gram? Lass mal machen push in grams. Is what? Ich will es aber ich verstehe, aber ich will beehren es schaffen. You know, if you have you don't have the it goes with cubits, yeah. So in matzah, so I want to give you, but since you're not going to have this cubic things, you have to have the Kazai's book, the famous Kazai's book. Over there you can make a cheshbon. You have to know how thick. So therefore, I'm going to give you in the grams. Just you should know how it works. B'derech klal, kazayis matzah is 15 grams. Rabbi Chaim no do is a machmer. Rabbi Chaim no those came in is 28 grams, 27 grams. We, as it goes with the nefach, as the nefach, as the volume, it is 15 grams. How much is it? It is b'derech klal. A quarter of a matzah. A hand matzah, a quarter of a matzah is a kazais. Okay. Now, according to the tzalach, as I mentioned before, now we're talking about mitzvah sederaisa, and somebody wants to be kind of the mitzvah sederaisa, so he should take double, which is a half a matzah. Now, that's according to the tzalach, one shir. One kazais is a half a matzah. So lamasa, as we know, we eat 2 kazais a matzah. Yeah, we eat 2 kazayis matzah. Why? Because we have a machlokes that are showing them if the brocha al achilas matzah is on the prusa or it's on the shleima. So that's the machlokes. So that's why the Alter Rebbe so passen. So is ungenehm with the ganz Klal Yisrael. You eat 2 kazayis once. Also, so you eat 2 kazayis. Now, if you don't have to take even the person who wants to be machmad of the deraisa, like the tzlach that you should have the big shir. You don't have to eat the whole matzah. Why? Because 2 quarters is enough. According to the tzlach is only 1 shir. You're right, but minator is enough 1 size. So mamunavshach, you're covered. If you eat a half a matzah, mamunavshach you're covered. Yeah.
First, that was the size of
the depends. The answer is also a bit schwer to give such a. All what I've said is a little bit funny because I said a quarter, a half. It depends. Pupetzela matzah is a bigger matzah. That's why they have bigger boxes. And the kerestira matzah, bakery labavish matzah, are smaller. It's thicker. So, but akapuna has the nekida. You have the nekida. But in any case, if you wait, and you could wait on Yom Tov, you have this kind of trays they sell it in all in the Chayydish communities. The mitzvah made, mitzvah made a weight, hand weight, and you could wait in Yom Tov. So therefore, you could wait in Yom Tov. If it is 15 grams, it's a kazayis. If you want to be 2 kazayis, because as the minig is a shtatman hot 2 kazayis, you have 30 grams.
Which is 30 grams, you're already over 28.
So therefore, I'm saying you don't need, because even if you want to be machmar at the bigger shir, but the rice has to mamayli yoytze gewein. Mamunashach, hab's du so. Weil 2 kleine shirim is ein größer. So mamunashach.
Then you would have to have.
Then you'll have to have. Yeah. Then you can have a 3 matzahs.
Why go with the spot if you can eat cake?
No, you can't.
Oh, you can.
But you can eat rice.
You're gonna have clean up every after, so you're gonna be into them as well.
Okay, good. So again, let me just make it clear. Again, I wanted to bring a copy. I apologize. I wanted to bring a copy of an actual piece. There's a book which gives out the actual pieces of Reb Chaim Noah's, and I use it by my Seder. I put a piece of matzah, put it on top of it. But the problem is I couldn't find it now. I gave last week. You have it. But I have another, but I couldn't find where I put it. I put it very good away, till for Yontav. Auf dem suche der Emmas, ich weiß nicht. So therefore, ich kann nicht suchen, als eine Sache. Because, that's why I'm saying, this is, took in calculation, thin and thick. So therefore,
the 6 baht per pound is 8 baht per
du
pound.
suchst dann aufgehen für Puppe. Puppe has 9 baht per pound, because it's very thin, but it's bigger. It's a little bit harder. So this is one thing which I had a whole chart, which gives you 1, 2, 3, 4. You see? Shila moitemato, how much? So, yeah, ich gewollt machen mit copies. If I'll find it, I'll give copies. But this is basically, like a smaller size. It's very good. A company which made it, deals with diabetics, they made it, a friend of mine. And I give it always, ich hab the shalom from a Menschen some issues, I give it out, but ich halt gedai to have it. You keep it clean, you put on the matzah on the paper, if it's not chomazik, and you know exactly how much you want to give. What? Allebei's gimel is which, lekitchila b'diavad. Ashila moitzi matzah, allebei's gimel dalat. Ashila afikoyme, lekitchila, allebei's gimel. Ashila koyrich, lekitchila b'diavad, gives you all kind of the zach. Okay. What? It's a love dafke. Ja, okay, ich darf noch checken in der darf kicken. Na, so big, aber ich darf kicken, sie kennen seine geht ja, aber das nicht. Aber ich habe noch ein Buch, which I was looking at, which has all the shiurim chazanish, all the shiurim of Reb Chaim Noah. Auch actual size pictures, which is very good. It's laminated, specially made for people you should have on the side. You put a piece of masa, and you know how it is. Okay, let me fertig na pure Sachen. Okay. Before you eat the matzah, is kedai to have in mind, not kedai, it's a portion of mitzachiev, mitzvahs gewon about the reise. You have to have kavon, it's mekam da mitzvahs the reise. Now, Rebbe passes, but the eved im loikiven, you don't eat again. But I can put, and it has all chesh mitzvah given, I know it's mine. I can put them, but some mitzvahs the reise, which you have to have mitzvahs gewon is im akav, a filler, so you have to have kavon to have, how long do you need to eat a matzah? Steht das in order mit nochmals ad reise. So we have to eat it. Da chiles pras. What is the shir behind this pras? We all know. We all have a sefer menugmen at home in Hilchos Yom Kippur. The Rebbe brings that down in a hora. We have shirim from 2 minutes till 9 or 11 minutes. Lamasa, we ruled out 2 minutes. It's too short. So the zach is azoi. It's ungenehmen, bei uns Chassid Chabad, I'm going straight to Chassid Chabad, is berech, you should have it in 4 minutes. Like a tchila, you should have it within 4 minutes, you should eat that kazais. Which 4 minutes is quite a lot, it's nicht gefährlich. But the evet, or if you can't, you could go up till 7 minutes. You say, Mercedes, you dort in Kippur, so you could up till 7. But again, like tchila, 4 minutes, the men will do it have no problem with the 4 minute sheet. Women might have a problem. So,
for the 15, not for the
that should be kazayis be'achilas pras. Yeah.
You only need 15.
Yes, but you're right. But it's got Emma's darf man echt nicht wat rangen drin. Aber etzem like it so alt Rebbe, man beide kazayis in the mall. Because you want to know as the Rebbe, we all know the Rebbe used to have the kazayis. Or if not, at least you have one kazayis at a time. So how much a kazayis should be? Every kazayis should be in that sheet. What? No, you don't put, the minig is you don't put, so initially push, you do the halt, man think das an as also wie regular, but the matzah in the minig is mit it nicht, so the schweckt in the time for matzah, the Rebbe had his minig, which all Chassidim do, during the side that you take a piece of matzah and you put a bit of salt and you eat it. Aber akaponam, the Rebbe did it also Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah, if you look in the Alter Rebbe's Maimer, it says, Lahova in the Indian, that you start from Rosh Hashanah till after Shana Rabbah, that you don't think on in salt, you only think on in honey. And from Shana Rabbah, you start again thinking on in salt. So basically, be'emes, you don't think on in salt, only in honey. But the Rebbe had a minig that even if he dipped it in honey, during the seed, they used to take a little bit of salt also to eating it. And that's the same thing what we do also by Pesach. Same thing, yeah. A person which is old and doesn't have good teeth, and the best thing what he needs to do is he should take the matzah for Yom Tov. the tchiller for Yontav, and knock it, put it in a bag, knock on it, that's a stark, it becomes like matzah meal, and you can eat it. The Alter Rebbe says, tchiller, can man es essen, also das mizyoitze. If you cannot do that either, I come, Baruch Hashem, as doing, globe doing, kings we don't have this issue, but ich darf es noch mention, if you have this issue that you cannot do it even such a day, then you could put it into the water a little bit, not too much, because it's on a schweren kann, and then you can eat it. But again, in some day problems, and we shall essen, what? You could soak in the water a little bit to become soft, and then you can eat it. But it's only a person which cannot make it with eat it when it's matzah meal. Oh, is enechanama. But means instead we are talking about a person which cannot eat matzah otherwise. So shri is tag git chimra, but mitzvah the rice is wichtiger. In the past muzuk takas as an azafal, he should make a tursan durum if he was machma not to eat sharia. You have to eat the kazayas has to be eaten basaiva, and if you forgot to eat basaiva, you should eat the other kazayas with basaiva. Zuk the Alter Rebbe, Paskin Alter Rebbe. Okay, this was the Indian of the nekidus advurim which we had on matzah. Now let's go to morer. Morer is nora drabunan. Today's day, morer is a drabunan. So therefore, it is medach men shmach zang grose shir mochnish. Again, according to Rabbi Chaim, no, it's 27 grams, and we could go down. If mamura is kedai, you could go down till 17. It is practical matters. If you have Roma letters, if you have the big ones, one what is it called? One leaf. A big one is a shear. If you have the middle ones, you should take 2. If you have the small ones, you might need 5 pieces. Now, remember, we have to have Roma letters which is clean. I don't know what is going to be this year. It's Kedai. I hope they will bring Roma letter which is clean, because it's a big pain in the neck to clean it. It has a lot of worms, if you don't know. But, Kedai is boidig zanov daf tzazan. If a person does not have the time to be boidig, then he should use the klachim, no? What is it called? The stem. You should use the stem. Over there, it's not a problem we have no problem of worms. So therefore, 2 stems, big ones is okay. Small ones, you'll need 4 pieces. So again, 1 big letters is the shear. Sag mal, get for the kinder, whatever, or for the vaber, you don't have to give a big one. Now again, we also use chrein. Now, the mitzvah min ahider, the mitzvah min amifcher, from Alter Rebbe is Roma letters, better than the sharp ones. Let's make it clear. Alter Rebbe, Roma letters is the mitzvah min amifcher. Aber in the minig is to eat both. And you don't need 2 kazayis from 1 and 1. This is mitzirif. So you can have the Roma letters inside the sharp ones. 1 kazayis, that's mitzvah of beide.
If the Alter Rebbe said the mitzvah for it on the Roma letters, will grab that and then you would add on it.
Nochmal, du wirst stampanigen. You do what you got to do. Okay, and you should make sure when you grind the mortar, don't leave it open, because then it loses the sharpness. Then hast du gut nicht aufgetan. Okay, another thing which is wichtig, dafür kommen. The loche is, we have to eat Pesach, the Pesach nechel at chatzos. That's the Daster Bruze Benazaria, Pesach nechel at chatzos. Matzah hikshe le Pesach. So therefore, matzah has to be eaten for chatzos. You have to eat the gzayis matzah. If a person has a medju, whatever, you have to eat the gzayis matzah before chatzos. If it happened that the gzayis matzah you eat after chatzos, you cannot make a bruch al achilas matzah. Ich glaube, it's not relevant, but man darf es noch als mention. Now, what's doing with Koyman? Some poskim say that also dafür Koyman has to be at chatzos. Also ich steht wird gebracht in Pashtus in Alucha. That you should eat after koyma and lift the chatzos. Now, by us, the meaning is, we should tighten Sefer HaManugam. The first night up, a makbid gewinnt darin. The second night up, nicht makbid gewinnt. All the Rebbe personally, hat makbid gewinnt by the Nacht, as we saw, Tushim and Ches and up. But Akaponam, Mitzad Alucha, is the first night you should be machmer. The second night, you should be Michael. You could be Michael. Especially you could be Michael, second night, if it's a Vachesh Mefisibis Mitzrayim. And I have a few reservations that if it's a Vachesh Mefisibis Mitzrayim, even the afikoyim lifnei chatzos the first night is you should do. Because mitzvah Mitzrayim is a deraisa. Eating the afikoyim lifnei chatzos is nicht kein deraisa. So we have these two mitzvahs. We have to understand which one weighs over. So therefore, that's what I want to remember. You have to give away your time for your children. Sometimes people spend the say that we're saying nice toiris. The toiris is not. Sympathy means to explain them, visualize them what means to be a slave. Take them, give them today's day politically correct. We cannot say it, but to show them how a slave looks like. They should visualize how it works. And that's the mitzvah Mitzrayim. And answer them questions. They have questions, let them ask and answer. That's the mitzvah of Mitzrayim. Mitzvah Mitzrayim, not say over a nice word of the Rebbe. But the mitzvah is a mitzvah Sederaisa. Remember, the mitzvah Sederaisa. Therefore, I would say, when a person goes to his in-laws or to his parents, he should make sure he should do the mitzvah with his children. Now, if a father's father is a Mekayim, the mitzvah Ocher, that's what we believe in the Torah. But if you go to Yishver, you have the mitzvah, and Yishver has no mitzvah to do. So therefore, focus on what you're mechiyev. You're mechiyev to have Sibitzis Mitzrayim. So therefore, I always say, if a person who wants to spend, and he sees Zmana kosher, he should basically have the Sibitzis Mitzrayim for the children, and he sees that Chatzos comes, and he won't be able to eat afikoyman lifnei chatzos, even the first night he should do mamatar. Why do I take it? Because the Chassam Sofer writes, Chassam Sofer goes a step further. Chassam Sofer writes that's a mitzvah to eat shilach haroilech is a mitzvah. Simchas Yontif is a mitzvah. He says you give up the mitzvah Simchas Yontif by Suda in order to eat the afikoyman lifnei chatzos. So he says no. And the Shas this Yontif I give over the chatzos. But again, that's not our meaning. But we see at least when we come to Sibbis Yisrael Sadaraisa, is oibsiv macht sich that it comes to a shlav that you see Sibbis Yisrael is good, you could bring in the kinder, and it's v'cheshver fin afikoyman, then you could give away the chetzois. But if not, yes, you try to give first night for sure, second night, yes, och to inyan then. What? Moitzmat should be b'chetzois because it has,
That's why the rumors that people take they give simchas yontif that their kids should enjoy good food during yontif, but a lot of people have rumors they only use shema upstairs. Which one is more important?
No. These things, Mesoira Suvas, Paisach do Indian of Ibegem the Mesoira. And you could give them all kind of good things, but not, if you have a Mesoira, not to eat things, as bei Ernst Alabavish is the Frau der Russische, is the Herge with the Ingerische, me get nicht for Kinder Sachen. So do Sachen which you have to? No. There are things which you have to. But they have to know, there's the one time a year you can teach them skafia. You don't have to have, because today's the Choshel of Pesach, you have everything. All the nash. No, although when I grew up there was also a nash, but we knew Pesach we don't need all the nash. There was the Oberland's cookies, that was, till the mitzvah we ate the cookies. After mitzvah there was no such thing. But there's no chocolate, there was no orange juice even. Bought orange juice we didn't do. So no, there is such a thing as, this is the Tzasi Yitzhara. Simchas Yontif. Give them, buy Gai Chalavoit, take them on rides, or give them a good time. That's Simchas Yontif. Yeah. Okay. Just final one thing. Don't eat too much, because if you're going to eat the Chafikoyim when you're exploding, then Zug the Alter Rebbe says Shirtzi v'yed the mitzvah. So sometimes people eat, and they eat Chafikoyim, and when, they could vomit. So therefore, it is kedai to eat, to make sure not to overdo it. After Afikoyim, we don't eat anything. Drinking, if you could drink or not. Lamasa, askumas aposkim, that drinking is mitter. But lamasa, as we see the Chabad, we don't drink even water. So, what? The Welt is machma, what? Can't hear you. Even mine. That's chotching api alucha. Even the machmirim, the maskim of water is mitter, and they're all machmer ashar mashkuas. But we are basically machmer. We don't drink even. That's the meaning. The philomayim. Final halacha. The Ramu says, lekitchila, as we pass the Ramu, and the Alter Rebbe brings it down. Lekitchila, you should finish the halal before chatzos. Why? Because halal is according for korban pesach. Korban pesach need to have was put lifnei chatzos. So therefore the halal has to be lifnei chatzos. But lamasa, the Rebbe writes, I'm a dagidikin kain. So ein achar melech klim. You don't have to say the chop up the whole Seder in order to hold Lifnei Chatzos. The Eibusher should give us a chakush v'samayich, a simcha de Yontav, without chocolate, without nash, first a simcha de Gedusha we should have, we enjoy Mekidishas a Yontav, and it should be a kosher Yontav in the Nis Negali, in the Nis Nasiden Legol, b'meheri b'meina mamash.
Amen.